Hey folks, welcome back to another video of the Flutter development course brought to you by Newton School. For those of you who are wondering who I am, so my name is Harsh Kumar Khatri and I'll be your instructor for this course. I am currently working as an intern at Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and I have been an ex-Flutter developer intern at AppScript, where my primary goal was to develop Flutter application based on the need totally from scratch. I am also an instructor on Udemy and Eduonix, where my Flutter development courses have more than 10,000 plus enrollments. Now you must be wondering what Newton School is. So basically Newton School is a platform which allows you to learn and develop the skills that you need for your best tech career. There are courses specifically designed for freshers, working professionals and for women with no prior experience in tech. Newton School first trains you for 6 months and helps you become a full stack developer. It also has a network of more than 300 great companies who hire directly from Newton School. So once your training is complete, Newton School also ensures that you are placed with one of the best companies in the country. They are also having a pay after placement program where you don't have to pay anything to Newton School until you get placed with a minimum CTC of 5 lakh rupees per annum. They also have one more amazing initiative which is known as Launchpad. In that Launchpad, you are provided with some of the courses for free of cost, and there is also an editor present on the website on which you can practice and work on those courses and get a certificate of completion as well. So make sure to check out Newton School and Launchpad through the link given in the description. So in this video we are going to work on like the audio part of our app. So you must have heard that audio plays a very important role when you are working with an app, or when your app is having certain feature which requires the functionality of the audio. So in that particular case, audios plays a very important or a crucial role in your app. So we'll be seeing how we can implement and add audios inside our app, and how we can work on audios, play the audios, pause the audio, stop the audio. So we'll be seeing that in this video. Apart from that, we'll also be working on developing another Flutter project which is a piano app. So we'll be developing that app totally from scratch, and in that app we'll be having multiple keys which will be coded or which will be combined to particular keystrokes related to a piano. So whenever you will be pressing that particular key, the sound for that particular keystroke will be playing in that app. So let me show you how the app will be looking. So here you can see that this is the basic gist of what the app will be looking. So you will be having multiple keys which are available, and clicking each of these keys you will be the app will be playing a particular song for you. So now let me switch back my screen and let's start working on this app. You can see over here that I have switched my screen and I have opened the app which we have developed in the previous video, the calculator app. So we'll be starting with this app, and we'll be adding the music player feature which we'll be creating inside this app only. So let me start by adding a dependency which we'll be needing for this app. So I'll go to the pubspec.yaml file and I'll be removing this maths expression as we won't be needing this anymore. And in place of this, I'll be adding the audio player dependency. So I'll be going on Google, typing audio players Flutter and copying the code under the installation, pasting it over here, hitting Ctrl S so that the dependency is fetched over here. And inside the main.dart file, as we have removed the maths expression, so I am totally sure that it will be providing us with some error. So let me let me delete this screen only, this calculator CLS thing. So deleting this totally, and also removing this expression from here. So I have removed that screen from that class from over here, and I'll be creating another class with the type of STF only, and the name of it will be music implementation, replacing this calculator CLS with music implementation. So now inside this class we need to create two different variables of type audio cache and audio player. The name of them will be audio cache and audio player only. So let me initialize those variable. So audio cache, I guess I first need to import the audio cache and the audio player things. So audio cache, and the next one will be import audio players. So audio cache, the name of it will be audio cache and it will be of type audio cache only. The A needs to be capital over here. Similarly, adding one for audio player. Next, I'll be replacing this container with an scaffold. This will be having an app bar. This takes a title of type text music app. So here you can see that it is showing us an error that it does not support null safety. So let me go and fetch, let me remove this version over here, and I guess it would be working fine. So I have used a previous version over here, so that's why I guess it is providing me with this error. So let me use it without the version so that this error goes away. Else we will be implement the latest version which is available. I would recommend you to use the latest versions of the dependencies which are available, so that you are never provided with the null safety errors, and all the things which are like updated or available in the latest packages are like implemented in it. So it is still showing me the same error. Let me go back and fetch the latest version. So it is 0.19.1. So under the installing the audio player and pasting it over here and saving it. It is taking a while for running the flutterpub command. It is exited with code 0. Let me reload the app. Let me restart the app. So you can see that the restart is completed. It is showing me an error that audio player audio cache does not exist. So let's remove this. Yeah, so now you can see that it has reloaded all of these things from scratch. Now let's continue on implementing the audio player thing. So inside the body, let me start with the body. Inside this body I'll be having a container which will be having a child as center, and this center will be having a text, and this text will be saying play music. Adding a child over here and adding some styles to this text as well. So I'll be adding a font size to it. So the font size for this text will be equal to 32. Saving it. So you can see that the play music is displaying. Now I'll wrap this container around a gesture detector. I'll be wrapping a gesture detector around it, and it has an on tap property which will be helping us play a song. So for that we need to add a song inside through this assets, through the assets like we used to add the images over here. So here you can see that I am having images inside this asset, so I'll be deleting those. Let me quickly delete these images going inside the file explorer. So I have deleted those images. Now let me show you how you can like how from where you can get the audios for adding or playing inside this like app. We'll be using those audios in the upcoming app, the piano app, which we are going to create as well. So let me open my browser window. So here you can see that this is a project which I have created, a piano and shop app. So here you can see that I have multiple .wav file audios which are available over here. So I'll be like downloading one of them, although we'll be needing each of them inside our app. So I'll be quickly downloading each of them inside my PC, and then I'll be moving them to the assets directory. So quickly downloading it. Now coming back to the app, so I have downloaded all of those files, and these and the files are present inside my download directory. So let me open my download directory and move the files inside the assets. So here are all the files, moving them under the assets. So you can see over here that the files are moved inside the assets directory, and they are having the name as assets_0.wav, and accordingly So what we'll be doing is we'll be using one of these files to play a song when we'll be tapping on the play music text. So we'll be using audio cache as we have used it above, and we'll be using the play function which it is having, and for that we'll be passing the name of the song or the asset which we have added over here. I'll be telling you how you can add your assets. I have missed that for now, but I'll be covering about it. Like, let's once play this song. So assets underscore 0 dot wav, saving it, hot restarting it. I guess we need to stop the app and run it once again, so let me do that quickly. So here you can see that the app has restarted. When I was running the app, it was providing me with another Kotlin debug exception error. So for that, what I have done is I have gone inside this build.gradle file, which is present in the project Android directory. So inside this build.gradle file, I have changed the version of the Kotlin which was present. So it was 1.3.52, I guess, for me, and I have changed it to 1.4.32 so that it is working fine as of now. Now as the app has run, let me click on the play music but text which we are having. So I am not sure if you are able to hear the sound, so let me bring the phone close to my PC, and when I'll click on this play music, I guess now you must be able to hear the song. I have pressed the play music button multiple times, so I guess you must have heard the song. So this is how you can add music to your app, for any of the things, like if some tap is taking place, or the app is loading, or the song some which you want to play in the background for your app. So this is how you can add this to your app. Now let's start creating a piano app. So for that, I'll be removing this app bar and this body. So let me remove this total thing. We'll be using these audio assets which I have added inside the assets directory. So I haven't told you how you can add the assets inside this directory. So let me go to my pubspec.yaml file, and inside this file you can see over here, this must be like commented for you, and it must be showing images /a.ham.jpg for you. So in my previous video I have explained you you have to remove this the first one which is present like the images slash and the thing which is present after it, and you have to add the assets directory for you. As I have created a folder with the name of assets, so that's why I'm adding a folder with the name of assets over here as well. If you are adding your naming your folder something else, then you can rename it over here accordingly, and I have added a slash and empty over here so that everything which is present after this assets directory will be used for inside our app, and we can use that things or implement those things inside our app. So this is how you can add assets for your project. Now let me go back to the main file, and inside this scaffold we'll be having a body directly this time, and this body will be having a scaffold. This body will be having a grid view. We have already used scaffold above. So grid view dot count it will be having, and this will be having the cross axis count set as 3. After this cross axis count, we'll be having a children. We'll be having multiple children inside it. So for that I am adding a children, and for adding the children we'll be using a list. So we'll be generating the children from the list. For the length of the string, I'll be passing 9, as we'll be using 9 characters to display the string over here. And after it is taking an index. Let me remove this arrow function from here and this null as well, and in place of this adding a parentheses, and inside this we'll be returning a card, adding a semicolon, and this card will be having an elevation at first with the value of 10. Next thing it will be taking is a margin. So margin, and the margin will be equal to edgeinsets.all from with the value of 13. So margin of 13 from all the sides. Next it will be taking a shape. So the shape will be of a type rectangular border. So rounded rectangle border, and this takes the border radius. So border radius will be equal to border radius dot circular with the value of 18. So border radius dot circular with the value of 18. After this rounded rectangular border, let me add a child for this card. So this child will be of a type container, having another child inside it of type align, and this align will be having an alignment at first. So alignment will be of type alignment dot center, and after this it will be having a child again, and this child will be of a type so for the child of this align, we'll be adding a container again, and this container button will be taking a decoration. So for the decoration, it takes a box decoration. This box decoration will be having a color set to colors dot white, and it will be having a padding of value 40 from top bottom, and value of and a padding of 50 from left and right. So let me add a padding inside this before this decoration. So padding h insets dot only, the value of top padding will be equal to 40, bottom will also be equal to 40, the right and left padding will be equal to 50 each. And after this decoration, adding a child inside this. So this child will be displaying a text, and this text will be having the index being displayed over here, the index which we have passed above, and adding a style to this text as well. So it will be of a type text style, and this text style takes a font size. So font size will be equal to 24 for this case, adding a comma here as well. Next, we need to enclose this particular container which we have created under this align inside a gesture detector, so that we can use the on tap function over here. So gesture detector on tap. One more thing which we can add inside this gesture detector is a behavior, so that it identifies the tap which is made on the spaces or the white spaces as well. So this takes a hit test behavior dot opaque, saving it. So you can see over here that it is displaying us with this button. So let me remove this padding for now and see how it is looking. Yeah, so now it is looking much better. So let me delete this from here, and rather than passing a color of white which we have passed inside this box decoration, let me make the color as red. It is not looking that great. Changing it back to white, and inside this container I can pass the color as yellow or something like that. So colors dot yellow. Yeah, now it is looking much better, and we can see the elevation of the card which is present, and all the items which are being displayed as a child of this container or inside this container. Now let's add the on tap thing for the gesture detector which we have added. So whenever we'll be tapping any of the items, the 9 items which are present inside this, so the thing which will be taking place is we'll be playing the audio through the audio cache dot play which we have used previously, and inside this we need to pass the file name. So it will be taking a string. For the file name, we have assets underscore dot wave common. So assets underscore and dot wav common, and after this we can add a string or the variable index. So you can see over here that assets underscore will be remaining common, then it will be taking an index like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 or 0, and then it will again be concatenating dot wave to it, and then it will be playing that particular song for us. Now let me save it. The hot reload has been completed. Now let me click on any of the button. Let me bring my phone close to this. So you must be able to hear the song of the piano audios which we have added over here from the assets inside the app. So through this way you can create your piano app, adding multiple different sounds to it. You can also create your drummer app or a flute app if you are getting the audio assets for those particular things from web, and then you can add those things inside this particular thing, and then when you will be tapping on each of these, the song will be playing, or the audios which you have added in the backend will be playing accordingly. So this was it for this particular app. So in this video we have created or I have explained you about the music player thing, like how you can add music inside your app and make your app much more worthy for the user and improve the user experience, as music play one of the major role inside your app. So where there is a need of music, you should always use or add a music for improving the user experience. And in the later part of this video I have covered about this piano app which we have created totally from scratch. And this was it for this particular video. If you have got to learn something new from this video, then make sure to drop a like, comment down below what you have got to learn and what you want to see in the upcoming videos. I'll be covering about all of these things which you will be commenting. If you want me to add something or some project, then make sure to comment that down below as well. Subscribe to the channel for getting updates about the videos related to the Flutter development course which are posted on every alternate day. So make sure to subscribe to get the latest updates, and along with that share this video with the people who want to learn Flutter, or in your communities who want to learn Flutter. We have created a playlist as well on the channel, so you can share that thing directly for the people in your communities or people who want to learn Flutter. Also make sure to check out Newton School and Launchpad through the link given in the description. So they are doing amazing work and providing you with the best things which they can. So make sure to check them out as well. And thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for the upcoming ones.